Good morning and welcome to College Algebra. This is Mrs. Shiwi. Um, First of all the information you need is on your Google Classroom assignment, and these documents are there as well in case you don't have your notebook at home with you. You are welcome to write your responses on regular notebook paper if you don't have that. The first page for lesson 5.1 is a warm-up, so please pause the video and go ahead and try to complete that on your own, and then come on back. Welcome back. We're going to talk about quadratic equations in different forms today. So we have these three different forms. And the first question here is, what does it mean to say that these equations represent the same function? Talked about that a little bit in Unit 4. They have to be equivalent. So these need to be equal expressions when they're like simplified out. And they also need to have equal domain. So we looked at a function before that had a hole in it, and so they weren't the same because there was a missing hole. But these we got to check and see. So you can write what I just said there. They need to be equivalent and have the same domain. Part B, how could you determine whether these equations represent the same function? We could multiply them all out and make sure that they are equivalent. And also, they are going to all have the same domain because t can be all real numbers in the form that they are. And then for part C, we have to check and see if these really are the same. So we're going to actually do the math now and check and see if the above are equal. So the first one is already multiplied out, so I'm not going to worry about that. I'm going to take the factored form and multiply that one out. I don't have very much space, so I'm going to do it down here on the bottom. That's a 7. T plus 1. And we're going to multiply. I'm going to do this part first, and then I'll do the -2 later. So t times t is t squared. Then we have plus 1t minus 7t, and then minus 7. So that simplifies to be t squared. We'll add these middle terms, -6t minus 7. And now I can multiply the -2 in there. So the factored form is -2t squared plus 12t plus 14. And we can see that that is equivalent so far to the first one. So we did match up with the first one. Now we're going to do the vertex form. And so it is -2 times t minus 3 squared plus 32. So we need to do t minus 3 squared. Make sure that you FOIL that. Don't take too many shortcuts, or you might miss a very important step. Right here, you should get t squared, and I am going to skip one step. Minus 3t minus 3t is minus 6t plus 9. All of that is times -2, and then we will add the 32. We get -2t squared plus 12t minus 18 plus 32, which gives us -2t squared plus 12t plus 14. And that is the same function again. So all three of these are equivalent functions. So that concludes the warm-up. Come back to the next video to start the lesson.